Hi guys, welcome back to Talking Tuesday. This week we're going to be talking about different training methods. We're going to be talking about different versions of intermittent fasting and what we need to be doing when we're trying to choose our training method. So your training method will be very dependent on what you're doing for you. So if you want to be cutting down on fat or lowering your body weight, then you're going to be needing to eat a calorie deficit. So this is when we're eating and we're taking in less calories than we're burning in our day. So this is our basal metabolic rate, which we talked about last week, if you want to go back to that video, which is how many calories we're burning in a day. And it's dependent on exercise, how old we are, our weight, and there's loads of different variables. There's an equation for this. Of course, if you want to be putting on weight, maybe if you want to be building muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. The way some people do this is they do bulking. So they eat lots of calories and they try and build up, working out quite a lot. And then they'll go into a stage where they're cutting, where they'll go into a deficit. So they do time on, maybe a month bulking and then a month cutting. If you want to be building muscle and losing fat at the same time, you're going to need to be doing something like intermittent fasting. The term intermittent fasting is thrown around quite a lot in the fitness world because there's lots and lots of different ways of doing it. There's quite a strict way of doing it, but I'm going to talk about different variations that are a bit easier to fit into your day. So one of these that people do is they eat all of their meals throughout the day within an 8-hour period. So if you had your first meal at 10 o'clock, then you wouldn't eat at any time after 6 o'clock. So this way you're spending 8 hours of the day eating, and then you're spending the remaining 16 fasted. So you've got time to burn fat, you've also got time to build up and put on muscle. Sorry, I'm a bit out of breath, just had to run to make sure I'm not in people's way. So another way of doing this is people do, this one I don't agree with, they do certain days of the week where they're eating their normal amount, and then some days of the week they'll completely fast, they won't eat anything for 24 hours, but they'll only eat 500 calories to 600 calories. I don't agree with this personally because that's starving yourself. And if you limit the amount you're eating and your body's getting less food, like a dramatic amount less, then your body goes into fat storage mode where our metabolism slows down. So we're burning less calories and all the reactions in our body are happening slower. So when this happens, in a long-term event, it means we can actually put on weight because our metabolism is slowed down. So we're burning everything slower. So eating less doesn't always mean losing fat, which is quite a hard thing to get your head around. Another way of doing intermittent fasting is one that I've done personally myself. It's not quite as strict, it's quite loose. I'm not sure if it still fits with the term intermittent fasting, but it's a very good training method where I will eat my 3 meals of the day and I'll have 3 big meals. But outside of that, I won't have any snacks, and I'll try not to be eating too late. That way we're constantly eating enough to put on muscle and build up ourselves, but we're not eating too much that we're going to be building up fat. We can also do another thing that I've been doing in my past is where you'll do days on, days off. So every day that I'm doing a big main muscle building workout, I'll eat a lot more, and then I'll spend days where I won't eat as much to try and burn the fat down and maybe do some cardio or HIIT training. HIIT training is high intensity interval workouts. These are really good for fat burning because we're getting our heart rate really, really high, speeding up our metabolism and everything that's happening in our body. So yeah, it's another way that we can be doing it. So when we're looking at training methods, it's all about what works for you. So some people like cutting. I'm not personally too much of a fan of bulking and then going into a cutting phase, so I find it hard to sustain my muscle mass as I go into a cutting phase where I'm not working it out as much. So I said it's not a one lock fits all or one key fits each lock. Don't know what I'm saying, but it doesn't work for everyone. I've explained today what works for me personally and what I've done in my past and what hasn't worked for me and what I don't believe in some of the terms of intermittent fasting. I haven't gone into too deep. I'm trying to keep it interesting. So I'm just telling you what I think will be beneficial for you. So make sure, give everything a go if you want to. Make sure you listen to your body. Don't just do things even though it's not working for you. Some things we do have to give up with when it comes to training methods, because if it doesn't work for your body personally, you need to find something that does, because there's no point doing something, even if it's like the cool thing to do or like what everyone's talking about. If it doesn't work for you personally, don't bother with it. Just move on to the next thing until you find what's right for you. It's quite a hard path to walk down as much as people can guide you. I found personally that just because of everyone's different genetics, you have to work out what works for you when it comes to eating. So I hope this has helped. Check out my other videos from last week and the week before when I was talking about knowing your body, knowing what's happening as you're working out and knowing how to feed and fuel your body. I'll be doing a lot more. I hope you enjoyed the video. Tomorrow is Ab Warrior Wednesday, so there'll be another ab workout out. And if you missed Muscle Mondays yesterday, I did a leg workout. So I hope you're enjoying the video, guys. They'll all be up on my YouTube channel, links in the description. So hope you enjoyed. Check it out.